Hey, this is Matt. Once again, welcome back to another review. There's another paid request. This is also for Arthur, and this is for The Mandalorian Season 2. Again, he sent in a very generous donation to PayPal. I appreciate that. For those interested in requesting pretty much any type of videos, topics, reactions, randomness, out of the blueness, commentaries, re-reviews, reviews, whatever it may be, rankings, lists, feel free to send either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. Now, I talked about in the previous video why I really enjoyed The Mandalorian. It's more my cup of tea. I enjoy the badass, lone, gunfighter type of hero. It reminds me of the days, hard target. Not that it's up to that level, but it's more in that direction that my interests lie more into. That's why I said it's my favorite thing of Star Wars. I like these films. I do like them. But like I've said, these were not my favorite films of all time, favorite films growing up. I like them, but I would say I was more of a casual Star Wars fan. And Disney Star Wars movies just completely fucked everything up. Screw the pooch on any level in terms of storytelling. Laziness. I don't feel laziness in this. I just don't. And sometimes it's simple. I want to see a badass hero, well played by Pedro Pascal. I liked his voice, his character. I know just enough, but it's like I don't need to know his entire life story and what he eats for breakfast and what's his zodiac sign. I don't need to know all that, but I know enough. Baby Yoda's cute. The actions are fun. The special effects, the spaceships, the stuff, fairly well done for a TV show. And Season 2 I liked. I don't think it's as good as Season 1, because if I have little nitpicks, in the last episode. Also, we are now introducing stuff for spin-offs. Boba Fett, Ahsoka, even, spoiler alert, Luke Skywalker. Even my neighbor's rooster feels the same way. But we're still thoroughly enjoying the season. Last we left off, the Mandalorian took down a fucking TIE fighter by himself. He's trying to take this Baby Yoda, trying to find where it belongs. Its home, its species, or this thing, the Jedi. And once again, almost each episode, the most badass moments are from him. And I don't mind seeing a bit of the world of Star Wars. It is a Star Wars show at the end of the day. And even episode 1 at the beginning, there's this fight happening in the ring, and he's trying to get info, but then they try to fuck him over. I thought you weren't a gambler. I'm not. He uses heat-seeking missiles again. He's kicking ass, taking names. And you have this marshal who's wearing this armor, but it's because he bought off some Jawas. And that's when you got to team up with him and these Tusken Raiders and the townsfolk and defeat this sand dragon creature. Now, the Marshal was played by Timothy Olyphant. I'm not a big Timothy Olyphant fan, but I actually thought he wasn't that bad in this. Yeah, I would have chosen someone else, but he actually wasn't that bad in this. He wasn't that bad of an actor in this. I thought he worked well for the role he was portraying. I thought it was interesting to know a little bit more about the Tusken Raiders. A little bit more. Also, I thought that the fight was actually, it looked pretty neat, effects-wise. Like the design of the creature, I thought it was a cool-looking design. And again, to me, the Mandalorian usually gets the most badass moments in the show, which makes sense because he's the fucking title character. He makes the fucking thing swallow explosives and he jetpacks out of it and boom. I thought, wow, that was really cool. Episode 2. It's more of a filler, but I thought it was entertaining. Where he gets attacked, he fights them off, he even drops a fucker, rises up and drops him from his jetpack. I'll tell you, the Mandalorian definitely gets a fucking body count in these 2 seasons, which I like. And sometimes I'm a simple guy. I want to see a badass motherfucker kill a bunch of people. Sometimes Halloween Kills could have been that if it wasn't too so fucking stupid that it just made me my nose bleed. And usually if I want that, I want the hero to do it. Just me. Yeah, I did see Jason and them didn't do body count, but I do want a hero as well. So I'll put a heroic badass character doing that. Sometimes I'm a simple guy, that'll be my simple needs. If I see a badass hero character, taking names, have a big body count. Again, sometimes it's all I want out of a movie or a show. I could be a simple guy with simple needs. In episode 2, you have this fraud lady. I thought that was nice practical effects. And you realize that she has these babies. Granted, the Baby Yoda keeps eating the eggs. I know there's a bit kerfluffle about that. I'm like, I don't think we should cancel Baby Yoda for it. It is a little bit fucked up, but you know, it is her kids being eaten. But I will, if I said I didn't laugh, I'd be lying, so there's that too. So, but there's other bits I like. I like when they get to the ice planet, I like it's these ice spider creatures. I'm like, wow, it's a good version of a Sci-Fi Channel movie. And then having to shoot all these things or burn them up. It's kind of like that scene in the Lost in Space movie where you had all those spider stuff. But I thought it was done better here than in the Lost in Space movie. Also, I like before that, there's this bit where the X-Wings are asking him questions. And they have this bit of silence. And he looks over. And you just see the X-Wing opening up. I will say, though, one nitpick. I wish there were no noise. It's Star Wars. You're not going for realism. You have explosions in space. I know that. But I think in this one instance, they actually would have made it better because you would not hear because it's in space. You wouldn't hear the noise. But again, to complain about that Star Wars, again, is ridiculous. I'm just saying in this moment, if you looked over and silently you just saw this, and you have the music, maybe like, oh shit type of music, and you see the X-Wings expand, I just think that would have been more effective of a suspense, oh shit moment type of thing. I still like the moment. But I think if it were silent and not noisy, it would have been even more effective. But yeah, I actually didn't mind that. I didn't mind the creatures, the ice spiders, the frog lady. I liked the practical effect. I actually thought that was decently well done. So I actually didn't mind that episode. And my neighbor's roosters apparently feel the same way. Because now they won't shut up. Apparently my webcam feels differently because now it's slowing down. Hey webcam, can you come back? Well, of course, as soon as I call it out, now it stops. Thank you, webcam. What are you doing? I don't have antivirus, so there's nothing on. Stop slowing my fucking webcam down. Crying out loud. I don't know why this webcam is slowing things down. Can you stop it, please? See, that's why sometimes my words, like, there'll be a little clip missing. I have no idea how to fix it. No idea how to fix it. But it is what it is. So episode 3, there's a bit where you get Katie Sackhoff. Katie Sackhoff was on the Battlestar Galactica reboot. She's been in other stuff too. Pretty much the Mando finishes his job, gets the fraud lady to where she needs to go. His goal here is also to try to find more of his kind, the Mandalorians. He thinks there's some here, but he gets fucked over by these other characters on this fishing boat. But then 3 Mandalorians help them, and they're from like a different set, so they don't cover their face all the time. And they're pretty badass too. Like, there's moments where the 4 of them join together and they kick some ass, take some names. They even take over this Imperial freighter. And the 4 just go to town on stormtroopers. Runs in, blows up war. I didn't mind Katie Sackhoff. I thought she gave a decent performance. Made me interested about her character, like what's going on with that stuff. The fact that there's Mandalorians, but there's like different types. So it's not all the same. See, episode 4. I'm trying to think, that was the... Oh, that's when they go back to the place where Carl Weathers and Gina Carano at. And pretty much this is Imperial base that they're looking into, and they find out that it's a lab, and you have these clones, which I think you find out for later is the Dark Troopers. I'm like, what the hell's a Dark Trooper? But apparently that was part of a video game back in the day, Dark Forces? Which is interesting that they're taking something from the PlayStation game, which I never played that game. But apparently it's for PlayStation 1, so if I'm able to find it, I wouldn't mind picking it up and playing it. Dark Forces. But okay, that's the thing, like, instead of The Force Awakens just repeating the fucking A New Hope, this at least, okay, takes something from a fucking video game from back in the day of PS1 that maybe is an interesting concept or idea. That I'm fine with. That to me is more appropriate. Plus I like that Gina Carano's the new marshal of that area, and you see her kicking alien ass. I like the more cuteness with Baby Yoda, where this bride will give him his cookies, and he's like, well, fuck you, I'm taking your cookies, they're mine now. Suck it, what are you gonna do about it? I'll make your fucking head explode Scanner style, you don't get the fuck out of me, bitch. I'm paraphrasing what he's thinking, but he doesn't say that. And like they have a cool chase scene where they're chased by light speeders and TIE fighters, and Carl Weathers gets good moments. He takes out a couple TIE fighters, like, he won't light speeders, like stormtroopers. Carl Weathers takes them out, even takes out one TIE fighter, and the Mando takes out other TIE fighters. You even get to know a little about Gina Carano, that she was on Alderaan, the planet that blew up in A New Hope. And once all you have to do is say that, you go, oh, now I know a little bit more about her character, why she hates the Empire so much. So even if there's a inkling of destroying them, she'll be up for it. I would like to have seen, I think at one point there was going to be a show with her. I actually would like to have seen that. I would have been curious to see if you have this type of format, where you have a lot of action and kicking ass. That's what I wanted this type of show, as simple as it is. Is that all you want? Yes, sometimes it is. And lo and behold, so many other pieces of entertainment fucked that up. And for me, being like 30, 40 minutes to me is a good running time. So it's not overextended. In this world where every fucking film's gotta be like 2.5, 3 fucking hours long. It's one of the reasons why don't want to watch No Time to Die. Unless it was a generous donation. But one of the reasons I don't want to watch James Bond's No Time to Die, because it's 3 hours. I don't want to sit down for 3 hours and then just see James Bond die. Spoiler alert, sorry. If there was generous donation, sure, but because I'm greedy, I didn't admit that. I'm greedy as fuck. But it's like, I don't want to waste my time on that bullshit. This at least wasn't bullshit. Episode 5 was the Jedi Ahsoka, played by Rosario Dawson, which I like Rosario Dawson as an actress. She was good in Clerks 2, Sin City. I liked her as an actress, and I'm a guy that don't know shit about Ahsoka. Like I said, I'm a casual Star Wars fan. I didn't know who the fuck Ahsoka was. I think Anakin Skywalker trained her. I didn't watch the Clone Wars. I didn't watch the show. I didn't read the comics. Like, I don't know shit about her. Oh, cool. It's a Jedi killing people in the shadow, taking them out one by one, as if she was fucking Jason Voorhees or John Rambo. And the Mandalorian lands there because he's trying to find a Jedi to see if this baby can go with them. He's hired to kill the Jedi, but he doesn't. And they work together. And again, they have a little fight, and guess what? It's not one over the other. They're on equal footing. It was also cool to see Michael Biehn. Granted, I wish he was in a role that had more parts to it, like more episodes. Whether as a villain or as a good guy. But it was cool to see Michael Biehn there, because no one else going to hire him. And he plays like a henchman to the evil lady who's got prisoners and has his fort. And yeah, I could see this was pretty much a backdoor pilot for Ahsoka. That's really what it was. Mandalorian still gets his moments, saving some people, stand out between him and Michael Biehn. But this is definitely Ahsoka's show. But if I was entertained, I was entertained. And I like Rosario Dawson. Jedi seems like a badass. I thought the moments were well done. In terms of action and choreography. The look of the planet, like the fog, smoke, looked a little bit cheap, I will say. I don't know if it was the budget or the way it was shot. It's like sort of this land with a bunch of dead trees and this fog. I don't know if it was just something about that looked a bit phony. I don't know what it was, or cheap. But again, I thought Rosario Dawson did a fairly good job and was, badass. And that seemed like a character that was never fully fleshed as a live-action counterpart. And it seemed like a lot of people liked it. So I'm fine, like, that's a thing for fans. You want to give them for the fans. That's cool. It's actually respecting people. Instead of giving the middle finger like the Star Wars movies did. You like Han Solo? Fuck you. You like Luke Skywalker? Fuck you. So yeah, I did enjoy that episode too. I think 8 episodes is the right length for it, so it's not too overbearing. The other episodes... Episode 6 was more like an reintroduction to Boba Fett. And that's what I meant at the start of this. It seemed like, okay, now we're going a little bit like, okay, we set this up for an Ahsoka show. We set this up for a Boba Fett show. But at least the Mandalorian is still involved. And fuck, a lot of shows have done that, to be fair. 21 Jump Street. That was a show, you had this Booker character, then you had a Booker spinoff. There's other shows that's happened as well. But it's like, let's not do this too much. On the flip side of that. I didn't Boba Fett. He was a character who gives a fuck. I will say, on the flip side, the positive side, this at least gave a bit more oomph to the Boba Fett character. Like, granted, I thought Boba Fett was more of a villain, which I actually thought would be cool, like Mandalorian versus Boba Fett. Like, Mandalorian's the good version and Boba Fett's the bad version of that. So, to be perfectly honest, I wish they went more in that direction. Like, Boba Fett may be this villain that pops up from time to time. So I would say I'm not really the biggest fan of the direction they took in with it. I mean, they're trying to, on the flip side, they're trying to do something also interesting, which I get. Just pretty much the episode, Mandalorian gets this temple, the baby's there as a Jedi temple, the baby's creating this energy field, so it's get in touch with its Jedi-ness. So Mando's over here, Boba Fett wants his armor back, the armor that he got from Timothy the Elephant in a few episodes before. Also, Ming-Na Wen, the assassin from the previous season, she comes back. She's working with Boba Fett. Stormtroopers arrive. A battle happens. And Boba Fett gets his armor back. And it's, again, for the fans. Boba Fett finally being able to kick ass and just literally lays waste to all the Stormtroopers. I mean, if there's a scene to establish Boba Fett as a badass, this is the scene to do it. And it does that fairly successfully. I'm like, okay, if this is the Boba Fett that was in these films, then I can understand the appeal. But again, it's one of those that I thought, like, it would have been nice to see, like, how he survived the Sarlacc pit, and to see that visually. Granted, it's years after Return of the Jedi, but I mean, I know there's a book of Boba Fett, which I don't know about that. Because the Boba Fett character, again, I thought he was a bad guy. But now he's, like, not really a bad guy. Like, I'm not sure about that direction. Because even in here, like, the Dark Troopers take the kid, and Boba Fett goes, our debt isn't complete. You gave me back my armor, but I said that would, no harm would come to the kid. So it's not going to be complete until we get the kid back. So, I mean, granted, it's trying to make Boba Fett a bit more of a three-dimensional character, and I can understand and appreciate that. But on the flip side, again, I guess to be honest, they didn't really showcase much of Boba Fett as a character. It was just capture Han Solo, work for the Empire, try to kill Luke Skywalker, so I wouldn't call him a good guy. He's working for Jabba the Hutt. I don't know, maybe that's something that's going to be explained more in the Boba Fett show. I don't know. It was interesting to see Boba Fett finally do what he's made of. With all this hype that I heard, and I'm like, okay, cool. Which I think that was, I give credit to the makers of the show. Maybe they too thought, this is my thinking, they thought, well, why do people like this Boba Fett character? Well, let's do something to make them, give people what they want, make people happy who do like that character. Okay, they think that he's a badass, let's showcase that. So I didn't. There's little bits of but it's not that I hated it either. I'm like, okay. Episode 7 I really enjoyed. Bill Burr, who was a criminal that was caught before, he's brought back because he knew the Imperial basics. Find coordinates to get to the bad guy where the baby Yoda's at. So they need Bill Burr's help. So it's Mandalorian and Bill Burr, while Gina Carano and Ming-Na Wen are sniper point. I thought this was actually a fun episode where Bill Burr, again, I only knew him as a stand-up comedian. He actually does a good job acting. Like, they have to go undercover, so the Mando has to get into a stormtrooper outfit. Not stormtrooper, but a type of stormtrooper outfit. And Bill Burr, you get to know a little bit about his character, about when everybody's got their lines that they don't cross unless something gets messy. Pretty much like, some people have this holier-than-thou attitude, but it's like, well, until that comes to your territory, maybe you won't be as holier-than-thou as you think. And they're doing this convoy, and they're fighting these pirates off, and it's like trying to be a little bit like the William Friedkin Sorcerer. Like, there's a bit on a bridge, and, there's explosives, but then the Mando has to fight all these pirates and fight them off and shoot, That was a fun action sequence. And then this kind of nice switch where they're in the middle of all these stormtroopers and they're praising them because they think they're stormtroopers. They did their job well. So you have all these people, yeah. And then this is the second time where Mando has to take his helmet off. And you showed that he wants to save his kid, so out of desperation, fuck it, I'm going to show my face. And that to me is a good arc to the character, that this child he cares more than the honor code thing. So it makes the character even more endearing and not selfish, not a dick, not an asshole. It seems like a lot of characters will have a tendency to be assholes, a lot of other pieces of medium in today's age. And then Bill Burr, he actually is not a turncoat. It seemed like in this typical story, he would turn on them, he'd be the weasel, he would, oh yeah, that's the Mando. No, quite the opposite, actually. You did a really nice scene between him and this Imperial officer, played by Richard Brake. He was one of the, if you remember the 2005 Doom film, he was the asshole who gets a comeuppance dragged in the bathroom. He was one of the bad guys in some Rob Zombie films like 31 and 3 from Hell. He was the new addition instead of Sid Haig. It was him. Richard Brake, definitely decent in the villain capacity, and a decent actor as well. And there's a nice dialogue scene where Bill Burr's talking with him about something that happened in the past, where a lot of people got killed. And Richard Brake's like, yep, they were sacrifices for the Empire. Then this holier-than-thou attitude, and Bill Burr's like, there's a lot of people that died there. There's even some innocent people that didn't deserve to die there. And like, you get more of Bill Burr's character. And a badass moment where he's just like, just shoots him. And then this firefight starts. I'm like, okay, that's a nice, taking the character and giving him a bit more depth to make him even more like that's like the Boba Fett stuff. I'm not sure on Bill Burr. That was, I thought, a more successful venture into that. And then they let him go. So I really did that. I would say that's one of the episodes I liked more than the others. I mean, before I get in episode 8, if I had to pick like what's my favorite and least favorite, which I didn't do this for season 1, I should have, but I would say my favorite episode, that's tough. Maybe episode 7, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I have a favorite episode. I liked a lot of them. Episode 8, you got now Gina Carano, Katie Sackhoff, and we've established those Mandalorians, Boba Fett, Min-Na Rin. I wish Carl Weathers was here. I will say, there's a lot of fun stuff to this episode. There's the Mando fighting a Dark Trooper, just how tough they are, but he's able to knock one off. fighting the bad guy Giancarlo Esposito and defeating him and capturing him. How dangerous the Dark Troopers are, and you see Gina Carano and others kicking a lot of Stormtrooper ass. And yeah, I do wish Carl Weathers was there. And yes, that is the scene where you get Luke Skywalker. Was they give more respect to that one scene than they do in the Disney Star Wars films, where you obviously supposed to be just a couple years after Return of the Jedi, and Mark Hamill's a lot older, so he's got to keep the hood on. But like, these Dark Troopers are supposed to be the big badasses, and Luke Skywalker just tearing house, cutting with lightsabers and force push and force pull, and it's a satisfying moment for people like me who are a fan of Luke Skywalker. Now, there's still issues. The Luke Skywalker face is bad. Even more so, I've seen deepfakes on YouTube that look better. And I do think if these people had a brain, find this stuff on YouTube, like talk with them and just switch around for a better face. Because the face doesn't look that great. I mean, it's cool to see Luke, but at the same time, you tell it's just off. Also, the music in that scene sucks. When Luke Skywalker, I think it's because I get what they were going for. What they were going for was, which to me was the wrong thing, because everybody who knows anything knew that this was going to be Luke Skywalker. That he's a Jedi, and the way he looks, and his outfit, and even one hand that's a glove. Like, you know, it's not fucking Michael Jackson with a glove. It's going to be Luke Skywalker. You know it. You know it. So to me, they should just... He should have gone in and then revealed himself. Or he has the hood and he looks up, you see a little bit. And then it shouldn't, but like the music's trying to be almost like scary. Like, oh, what is this? And who is this? But it was the wrong choice. It should have been much more of an epic. Either use the music from Return of the Jedi when him and Darth Vader fought, or there's the trailer music for Rise of Skywalker. The trailer music where this epic version of da 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 da. It should have been that in retrospect to really give this grandiose entrance. But the music really hurt that scene. It's a really shitty music. Score, I should say. Cool to see a badass Luke, but the music sucks. And then when he reveals his face, you could tell it's him, but it's not. It's just, again, there's deepfakes that did that a bit better on YouTube. So there's issues I have. And it's one of the things where I like the season. This is a little less than season 1. But it's still nice to see Luke get his moment, which he did not get in the fucking Disney movies. And you have a sweet ending. You know, if there's going to be, there's not going to be an ending, there's going to be a season 3, and I wouldn't be surprised if they fuck it up, because they always fuck it up whenever they extend things. But it's a sweet ending, where he's going to go with Luke, but then Baby Yoda kind of pats his face, and then the third time he reveals himself by choice. The first time it was to a droid to save himself. The second time he had to do it. Desperate measures. Here is by choice, and it's to this kid he's been protecting for 2 seasons. And the way it ended, I thought was a really sweet scene. Again, I do wish the music was a little bit better. I think there's something in the music that you could have done to make it even more of a sweet ending, but Still, I thought the two of them, I thought it was a nice heartfelt ending. And despite some of its flaws, it was a rather solid season. And like I said, I really liked these two seasons of the show. I wish there was a Blu-ray. Granted, I would buy off someone else so that Disney wouldn't get my money. But, there's not. But I wish. And, yeah, I really was pleasantly surprised. I was pleasantly surprised. Because I'm following a lead character I like. A dread, John Wick type of character that was a badass. I thought Pedro Pascal, again, his voice acting worked rather well. Again, Baby Yoda was cute. Didn't talk, so he wasn't annoying or irritating. Some nice supporting cast members. And overall, entertaining. It was fun. It was satisfying. Not flawless. Not perfect. But entertaining and fun. That's what I wanted. It was a good piece of escapism. And that's what I wanted. That's what I like. And that's why it's become my favorite thing with Star Wars. Is the Mandalorian and his character. I really did enjoy that. You put your money where your mouth is. If you talk the talk, can you walk the walk? And the Mandalorian did that. And he succeeded. And in this universe, for the future, to me, the Disney Star Wars films don't exist. So. And Jon Favreau, I didn't even mention, Jon Favreau had a good hand in making this show. And Jon Favreau was a talented guy. I love Swingers. I really like Cowboys and Aliens, which he directed. The first Iron Man. Even the Zathura. I think he's a talented guy. I know some episodes, you had like Robert Rodriguez directing an episode. You had this other guy, Dave Filoni. Others. Even Bryce Dallas Howard directed a few episodes. Strange that she did, but it's like, okay. Better than Ron Howard for Solo, a Star Wars movie, which that sucked. Like, what Solo tried to do, this did a lot more successful and satisfying. So, yeah, I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. So with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.